Hey guys, this is Josh with Honey Badger F1, your pit stop for the best sim racing hardware and software reviews. Today, I'm really excited to bring you my initial impressions and review on the new Fanatec DD1 or DD1 wheelbase. Fanatec claims on their website that the DD1 is the last wheelbase that you'll ever need to buy, and at $1,200 US, it better be. Is it worth the money? Tune in and find out. So what exactly is a direct drive wheelbase? A direct drive wheelbase is one in which a motor is directly attached to a steering wheel via a steering shaft. And Fanatec actually uses a quick release mechanism, which makes it very easy to attach the steering wheels. So you just click it in like so, and turn it counterclockwise to tighten, then you're good to go. So what makes the direct drive wheels so different than what you would normally buy, at either a video game store or online? Well, most competitors are essentially using belts or gears coupled to a small motor to produce the force feedback that you feel. Yeah, you're going to feel some force feedback with these units, but it's not going to be anything nearly as realistic as what you get with a direct drive system. The strength that you get with a direct drive system is in a sort of a different league than you get with traditional units. They actually measure the strength that's produced by the direct drive system in Newton meters. So the DD1 that I have produces 20 Newton meters of torque. They actually sell a slightly more expensive version for $1,500 US, which is the DD2, and the DD2 produces 25 Newton meters of torque. And essentially the reason why these torque figures are important is when you're driving a car, the resistance that you feel, which is essentially the tires making contact with the road, that resistance that it's able to generate, that force, that realistic feeling that you're getting through the wheel. With a direct drive unit, you're getting a significant amount of strength. So it really feels like you're driving a car through the turns and you're really wrestling the car. With traditional units, they're just not able to get anywhere close to that. Now, it's important to note that Fanatec is not the first company to make a direct drive wheelbase, but I think they are aiming to be the best, and I unfortunately can't compare the Fanatec wheelbase to other wheelbases just because I haven't tried them out. This is the only one I've owned. So I've had the DD1 for a little over a month now, and I've tested it out on a variety of different racing games, from F1 2018 to Assetto Corsa Competizione to iRacing. And I've really been blown away by the level of detail of the force feedback that you get across all of these games. From little subtle vibrations down to really, really strong force feedback when you're taking a difficult turn. It just really blows you away when you boot up this wheelbase for the first time. I should definitely point out that each game has their own individual force feedback settings, and you can head over to the Fanatec website. They actually have the recommended force feedback settings for most popular games, and I think they're adding games by the week. But essentially, these recommended settings are a good place to start, and then you can obviously fine-tune from there. So what game have I enjoyed playing the most with my direct drive wheel? Well, that award would go to Assetto Corsa Competizione. This game dropped about a week ago, and it's incredible. The force feedback is incredibly detailed, incredibly strong. The graphics and sound are amazing. I mean, right now I'm piloting a Ferrari 488 GT3 on Silverstone, and it just feels, perfect. We've definitely entered a golden era for sim racing. The problem with this game being so good is now I don't want to play anything else, but I guess that's a good problem to have. In summary, I love my direct drive wheelbase. I've used it for countless hours over the past month, probably too many hours and sleepless nights playing a variety of different games, and I've loved it. It's really taken sim racing for me to the next level. I'm enjoying practicing more and more. It's just sort of a joy to get on the sim rig. So for me, I completely endorse buying a direct drive unit. I think there are a couple of questions to unpack. Number one, is it worth the money? I think that's a difficult question to ask. I mean, I think it depends on your budget and how much you can really allot to sim racing. You know, $1,200 is a lot to spend on what is essentially a toy, but if this is a hobby that you're going to enjoy for years and years, you know, then I think it's worth the money. I think if you're on a budget, which I think most of us are, I think it's totally fine to get a belt-driven system, use that for a couple of years, and then save up, you know, and buy this. The next question people are going to ask is, you know, is this unit going to make you a better sim racer? I think that's pretty controversial. What I would tell you is, you know, the metaphor I would use is, you know, if you get the best violin, are you going to be the best violinist? Of course not. Like any hobby, it takes a lot of practice to be good. So you have to spend hours and hours racing, time which I don't really have all the time because I have a full-time job, but it really takes a long time to get good at sim racing. You have to practice and watch the YouTube videos. I highly recommend, you know, iRacing's set of sim racing videos because you really learn the fundamentals. So what I would tell you is a direct drive unit will give you realism. It will make you feel the road. So when I'm driving, I do feel like I have more control of the car because I know what the car is doing. So I feel like it's making me a better sim racer. I have seen my times improve. I have seen my consistency improve. But there's no substitute for practicing. And honestly, their best sim racers out there, you know, are playing with, you know, entry-level wheels clamped to their desk. So clearly, if your expectation is that if you buy the direct drive unit, you're going to go out there and beat all the esports pros, you know, you're going to be rudely mistaken. But I think if you have realistic expectations, which are, you know, hey, I want a very realistic setup, really the most realistic one that I could buy, and also you love sim racing, I really think you'll be happy with your purchase. And like I said, I've had no buyer's remorse. You know, I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any specific questions about the DD1, don't hesitate to comment on this YouTube video. Also, I'm on Twitch, so you can follow me at honeybadgerf1. I'm always racing online, so you can ask me questions there. I'm also on Instagram, which is at thehoneybadgerf1. So I look forward to hearing you all, and I know that the DD1 is going to be a hot seller. I think they're already sold out of the first batch. I definitely encourage you to order one. And again, yeah, any questions, hit me up.